Hi, and welcome to my presentation of EDL School Law 850, a case study in Internet use violations, threats over the World Wide Web. Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. What do I know? I know Ms. Walker has stringent expectations for her students, and many parents have complained about the classwork and poor instruction. I also know that I have discussed techniques with Ms. Walker that can be used to reduce student stress and increase positive interactions with students. Lastly, I know that Ms. Walker received an email that led to a website that contained highly suggestive comments about personal behaviors, critical comments about the rigor of her classes using vulgar curse words, and a final comment that said, "Who wants Ms. Walker to disappear?" Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. What do I need to know? I need to know who sent the email to Ms. Walker and who created the web page. I need to know if the threats are credible and if Ms. Walker is in danger. The third thing I need to know is if a crime has been committed for sending the email, even if it was just a joke, and what punishment is appropriate for such a crime. Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. What is the problem? The problem is that Ms. Walker is scared and feels her life is in danger because she may have been threatened through the internet. The most likely culprits are students in her classes. Category 2, Proposed Plan of Action with Appropriate Strategies for Implementation. My first proposed plan of action is to contact the police department to report the threat that is on the website. I'm reporting this information because I need to find out whether a crime has been committed and if the threat is true. My second proposed plan of action is to speak with the school tech to see if he can find out where the emails were sent from. This will allow me to find out who the responsible party is and help me further my investigation. My third plan of action is to speak with the student that the tech has identified as the person that sent me the email. At this time, I can begin thoroughly investigating the facts of the case and can learn if other students were involved in creating the web page. Category 3, Resolve the issues based on promoting the success of all students. As an educational leader, I promoted the success of all students by reporting the incident to the proper authorities. This allows me to determine if any laws have been broken and to react to the incident in a fair and ethical manner. As an educational leader, I promoted the success of all the students by not jumping to conclusions and to listening to both parties involved in the incident. This not only protected Ms. Walker, but the students as well. I promoted the success of all students by following the discipline matrix and all appropriate procedures related to threats over the World Wide Web. Category 4, Debrief the problems, my thoughts. I thought that Ms. Walker was overreacting even after I had read the email and viewed the website. I thought that the website was most likely a prank. I thought that even though I believed the email to be a prank, I would not be acting as an appropriate building level administrator if I shrugged off Ms. Walker's concerns. My feelings. I felt that the emails required me to immediately contact the appropriate authorities to determine if a crime has been committed. I felt sorry for the students involved because they are facing serious consequences for their immature, irresponsible actions. I felt that my plan of action was appropriate to address this issue. My values. I value that we live in a country where there are rules against sending threats through emails. I value that Ms. Walker contacted me immediately instead of trying to handle the situation herself. I value that as a building level administrator, I followed through on my plan of action and investigated the situation thoroughly. Category 4, Identifying issues that are unresolved or open to further investigation. One issue that is open to further investigation is whether any of the claims on the website about Ms. Walker's teaching is true. The second issue that is open to further investigation is if the website was created during school hours. An issue that is unresolved is how to protect staff members from receiving unsolicited, inappropriate messages to their school email addresses. Category 5, Reflect on Standard 5, demonstrating a sense of integrity and ethical behaviors for all members of the school community. As a building level administrator, I promoted the success of all students by following all school rules and laws based on what is best for the community and reacted appropriately to both parties by not jumping to conclusions and by completing a full and thorough investigation of the facts of the incident. Reflecting on Standard 5, treating people fairly, equitably, and with dignity and respect. As a building level administrator, I promoted the success of all students by carefully investigating all aspects of the incident with complete fairness, respect, and understanding for all parties involved. Reflecting on Standard 5, demonstrating a personal and professional code of ethics. As a building level administrator, I promoted the success of all students by demonstrating a personal and professional code of ethics by not ignoring Ms. Walker's concern for her personal safety and by carefully investigating the incident to determine which laws were violated and which school rules were broken. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.